evidence, not that, but why they believe it. Out of all the things to believe, we got COVID going on. There are people who are literally saying that, it doesn't exist. It's just, the government wants to see what our reaction will be, how many people they can control to get shots and all kinds of stuff that they don't know anything about, right? I think I would just want to talk to somebody and ask them, why do you believe this? Not why do you believe this? Interesting.
Hmm. Yeah, and like especially like you have this incident that happened almost 80 years ago.
I can't believe
Yeah.
we are so old.
Yeah.
My gosh.
we we weren't around. We
My
weren't around.
gosh.
Yeah, we weren't around, but yeah, that was a long time ago, and
Still.
even like some like people are still around today that claim they remember that incident. Like memories, like
I'm about
kind
to
of
ask my grandma now.
like I don't want to say fade, but people have their own interpretation of their story
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
that that um
Change.
when they tell it. Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing with people who say they saw something, right? You have time, you have other personal issues that are affecting your thoughts, not just your thoughts, but also your feelings. Because I think that it's our feelings that create the aesthetic to our thoughts.
Hmm.
You can have five people who are witnessing the same issue, and you'll get five different stories.
Yeah, like especially like with same story, like they've done the experiment 1,000 times.
Hmm.
Like we all see the same thing and have everyone write down uh, um, their recollection of it
Right.
of an incident. Uh, so you know,
It happens. It's all right.
yeah, yeah, and especially with this, and I'm not saying like I'm racing. I'm gonna say Ray Santilli is a liar. He is an absolute liar. He saw uh, a profit. He saw a way he could make a profit, and he exploited it.
Yeah.
There was no footage of any alien autopsy at all. He wanted to make money, and he's able to make money. So it
Does he
he
oh if he ever is proven, if there's ever actual proof, more so than just, people's grandkids remembering something, if there's ever actual proof, is anyone who inherited some of the some of that money or what that money bought, do they have to pay it back?
no. It's well. First of all, he got some of the money from Fox, so no.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
Nuts.
it was. It's Fox, so I mean, around the
That's
world, no,
amazing.
yeah, because they could just write it off, like because especially the numbers that they made from this show, not just in the United States but around the world, like they got their return on it.
Right.
They got a return, so they got their money on it. They
Yeah.
got their advertising bucks. So there's no point of race until they going, like people going like, you need to get back the money. No, it is. You
I
made
got
your money and I made mine, so everyone's happy. At the end of the
it.
day, everyone's happy.
Gosh. Mm, it's interesting. It's interesting. Yeah, and we have these conversations, right? It
Yeah,
inspires these conversations. It inspires this being considered a weird enough topic that we can talk about it to begin the work week. Interesting. And
hmm,
people will always talk about it. It's because, like I said, it's something that we don't have control of, but it's told in a way that necessarily terrify the hell out of us. Different, but not too different. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, and Jesus,
Are
especially
you
because every time
frustrated by people's belief? Are you
yeah,
frustrated by people still believing it?
no, no, you know, I don't get frustrated about people believing this, especially when you show them the truth. This is harmless. At the end
Mm-hmm.
of the day, this is just harmless. It's everything else.
What's the everything else?
It's like fucking politics. It's like look,
Ah,
I okay. Well, even though I hate bringing this up, and I'm tired of bringing this up,
here
and I
we go.
wish this would just end. Um, I wish I could use something else, but a certain person losing a presidential election, and everyone said no, he didn't lose it.
Yeah, people are nuts. I mean,
He
that's
did.
different. People are nuts.
Yeah, but people get nuts about people get nuts about this thing.
That's true. Okay, I feel
People
that.
get people get absolutely nuts about this thing. Um,
He won. I swear I just saw. I swear I just saw a woman talking about how you and we're gonna find talking about COVID, and we're
yeah,
gonna find out that this person has been running the country the whole time. And I'm like, oh my god,
yeah, or people who believe that there's a deep state,
a deep state. Oh, I just yeah.
like a deep state,
Dun,
like
dun,
there's a
dun,
secret cabal of
dun.
people running the country. It was like, no, the motherfuckers that are fucking you over are right on television in your face, fucking you over. You just keep voting for them.
The cabal includes Beyonce and Jay-Z, by the way.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Because it's more than just making a couple of halfway decent songs and one song they play over and over that you want to cut your eyeballs out. I heard Mariah Carey is also in that secret ball.
I didn't hear that.
And
I didn't hear
yeah,
Mariah.
also yes, it's Mariah Carey who's just added to the secret cabal because her song "All I Want for Christmas" is
Oh God.
literally driving people to sacrifice babies in the name of Satan. Uh,
I can't.
Me, it's driving me to the point that I want to cut my ears off.
I literally cannot.
I like because I cannot stand that fucking song anymore. If I hear it play one more time,
Yikes.
I'm
They
going
got
to
you, man.
burst
They
into
got you.
flames.
Don't do it. They got you.
I'm going to burst into flames and die. I'm going to absolutely burst into flames.
Is there a way for people who believe in this to go to interact with their belief in a reasonable way?
To reinforce their belief or to see the truth in this belief. I mean,
Because you're saying the truth. They believe their belief. They believe their belief. They feel that their belief is the truth. Is there a way for someone who believes that this is the truth? Is there a way for them to experience that belief logically? Not experience the belief in truth, not prove it
right.
to anybody, but is there a way for them to deal with this belief in a non insane way?
I don't know. Maybe like going into academia and having a civilized debate on it and bringing of facts that we have, but at the same time, people just cling on to what they cling on to, and then that's it.
True. It's very true.
Yeah, could be conventions or whatever. Um, like in like even with this, like if people still want to believe that there are extraterrestrials from another planet, that's fine, but you have stronger evidence out there that is hard to debunk from other cases.
Right.
Like clinging on to Roswell, which is like I had said in the Roswell episode, like I had said, or Gould said something a little bit different, but like I had said, yes, the government well, mainly the Army Air Force and the Army intelligence had lied to you. And the United States government continues to lie to you about what had happened in Roswell. But it was not a crash of an extraterrestrial of a vehicle from an extraterrestrial origin. There were no alien bodies from another planet or another dimension that were recovered at that site. No, it wasn't. It wasn't a air balloon, and it wasn't the other two explanations the government had given. There was a top secret military
Experiment.
experiment aircraft or whatever that had crash landed out there. It was probably captured from Nazi Germany after World War II. Whether it was captured, a prototype of it was captured, or they had recreated whatever the Nazis were trying to do from captured plans, and it crash landed. And they don't want you to know about it because you're probably still using that technology now. Now, mind you, that a lot of things that the Americans or the British or the Russians or the French or whatever or the Australians had captured from Nazi Germany or fascist Italy or imperialist Japan, whatever top secret programs that they had captured, we know about it. How do we know about it? What is NASA?
Yeah.
Who started NASA?
Yeah.
This is how many top secret programs were declassified since World War II because they have no strategical or military value.
Right.
Now, like, why haven't we been back to the moon? Why hasn't anyone else been to the moon? Because there's no military value of going to the moon. A lot of people think, a lot of government officials and elected officials see going to the moon as a waste of money. Mind you, it's still relatively, mind you, that the technology they were using to get to the moon was less computing power than the phone I'm using to record this podcast right now.
Yikes.
So literally, the computing power of my phone can take me to the moon. It's not. People want to laugh about it, but it's true. It takes me to the moon and back 2 times, like shit, 5 times.
We're gonna have to have a conversation about that. I need to know this.
I'm not going to the damn moon. I hate to fly. I hate to fly. But God, I forgot what I was going to say. Okay, so the power to, like, you're not finding out about what had actually crashed landed in Roswell,
right?
Because they're still using the technology. It probably has a vast, gives the United States military some sort of not vast or a slight advantage in any military engagements they might get into. And they don't want to use it, or they just plain simply embarrassed to tell them, like, yeah, this was a Nazi weapon that they used to murder, say, couple of thousand prisoner of war or Jewish or Roma or whoever was in concentration camps. Maybe it might be that fact, but it was a government. It was a government experiment, and they don't want you to know about it. Something get crash land out there, and it wasn't a weather balloon. It wasn't an extraterrestrial craft. It was something that they were doing.
Which to me means that there's a reason to have all of these conspiracy theories out there.
Right. But yeah, but you got to look, like, yes, there's a reason for these conspiracy theories, especially involving the government. Hell, the United States government just released a crap load of videos of naval pilots tracking unidentified